Ancient Chinese secret, huh?
Calgon helps detergents get laundry up to 30% cleaner.
My one-on-one guest has been performing since the age of 3. Now at 21, she's one of the brightest stars of television and nightclubs. She's about to be seen in her own variety special and series for NBC. Ladies and gentlemen, Marie Osmond. Marie, you know, when Daryl and I had our television series, it was about the time when yours was running, too, as I recall. And we remembered that as being probably the most difficult thing we have ever done in our career. We were constantly exhausted and unable to cope with that thing. And now you're getting ready to do another one. Why in the world would you go back and do that again? Obviously, it wasn't that same experience for you.
No, first of all, I do have my own show. I'm very excited. I just signed with NBC. And you're right, it is a lot of hard work. I think a lot of times people see the glamour side of it and the fun that you have, and you do have fun. And I think that's the main reason why I want to do it again, because it is fun and I enjoy it. I love to work, and you know, there are times when you think it's really hard to cope, and you get maybe 2 and 3 hours sleep.
Oh, I remember that so well. You know what I remember most? Dance numbers. Now, I am not a dancer. I am a singer who can move a little bit. But they had entire routines choreographed for me, and I think that was the hardest thing of all for me, was learning all those routines every week.
You know, I started working in television when I was 3 years old. And so because of it, I think, you know, you grow up, you get accustomed to things, you get used to it, and it becomes part of your life.
So it's something you're looking forward to and you're excited about.
I am so excited. Everybody that's on the show, I think one of the things that I'm the most excited about is that because it's my show, I'm very much involved in everything.
And more in control, since it is your show.
I think so.
It's Marie's show, and it's her point of view and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Which is good. Do you remember the first song that you ever sang when you were little?
Gosh.
Because I do. I remember Little Brown Jug was the first song I ever sang. Ha, 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 you and me, little brown jug, don't I love that? That's the first song I remember singing.
That's right. I think the first song I did, that I remember doing, I don't remember the first song I did when I was 3, but I had to learn a song in Swedish. We were working overseas. I was 6 years old at the time, and I learned it phonetically, and it was, "If you love me half as much as I love you," in Swedish. And so that's probably the first one.
Do you remember the Swedish phonetics?
Oh, you're making me feel really old.
No. Old, my God, she says, 21.
Let's see, it's something like Lilla vän, se om du vore kär I mig.
I hope it means what you think it means.
I hope so, too.
I did that with a Japanese song once that I learned phonetically and sang it to a gentleman from Japan, and he did not understand quite what I was saying. I thought it was terrific. In having a career, a music career, as you and your family have had for so many years, how important do you think is having a hit record to a career regularly? Or do you feel that you don't really need one, you can go on without it?
Well, I think a record career is very important. I think that's one of the things with television is that you get so involved when you commit to do a television show. I mean, there's 8 months out of your year.
That's right.
And so I think you have to space and prepare. I think records are very important.
Do you think you can't have records in television? I'm asking you because I'm trying to do the same thing. Well, do you think it's possible?
You can do anything you want to.
I can do anything I want to. What do you think? Can you do them both? Can you have the record career and the television?
I say you can do anything you want to.
Because a lot of people say if they see you on television all the time, that's the end of the records.
Well, it depends on the people, on the public, your appeal, and if you, it's really their decision. You know, it's not mine, it's not yours, it's not anybody's. It's yours.
I've been looking forward to having you on the show because I've watched you, Daryl, and I have watched you and your family for years and admired your work. And you're a very contemporary woman who has a lot of outspoken opinions on things. And I'd like to explore how you feel about subjects that other women have to deal with or are thinking about. First of all, how important is marriage to you? Is this something that you would like to do?
Well, first of all, about a year and a half ago, I was engaged.
Yeah.
And There were a lot of things written about that, a lot of things that tabloid things here and there wrote.
Oh, we've all had those.
And I'm sure you have too.
Oh, yes.
First of all, it was my decision. I think it's an insult for people to think I have no brain to make my own decisions. I have ever since I started working,
right.
You know, 14, 15, really involved in the show. It was my decision. Yes, marriage is very important. I think that's the reason why I broke it off, because I planned to be married once.
Once.
And we had our doubts, and that's the reason why we broke it off.
It's a smart thing to do, though, if you
Absolutely.
do have doubts, and to be brave enough to say, hey, it's not going to work, especially when you know it's going to be all over every print thing there is, every article you can read. If you do, but aside from that, I mean, that's in the past. If you find someone, is marriage something that you want to do?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, now, if you do get married, do you feel that you should stay at home and then give up your career and have the children and be the wife?
I think that's a decision that I'll have to make when I come to it. First of all, I think it's very important to have a great relationship with your children and
oh,
your
yes.
husband and everything. That's very important. I've had a lot of good examples around me for marriages. I don't think you have to give up your individuality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you have to give up your the things that you're interested in and your job and your career, but I think you have to set certain lines down, and you have to have an understanding with your husband and your children. And I mean, after all, I'm 21 and I have a lot of time yet. But I think that that's part of your relationship. I think that's part of the thing you should develop before you get married and
yeah,
things.
well, when someone has as much to offer as you do, you have so much talent, and you have so many people that get
so
such...
nice.
Well, no, it's true, Marie. You give so much joy to so many people with what you do. It seems to me that it would be a shame if you did not do it any longer, even if you did get married.
I enjoy what I do.
Oh, it shows.
And I love it, and I, you know, as long as people are interested in what I'm doing, I love what I'm doing, and I love people.
So many women today are trying to do both things. They're trying to be mothers and good wives, and yet they have talents that they're trying to explore at the same time. Do you think it's possible to do that? And give justice to both?
I think it's an individual decision. I mean, you have to decide. I can't make a decision for you. I have to do it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll do my very best to make it work. But my family will be the most important. And I think that says it right there pretty much.
Yeah, it does. You've grown up very fast in your career. I mean, since the age of 3, you've been in show business. Do you think that there's anything that you missed out on, perhaps just being a kid?
Oh, I'm sure that when I was younger, there are things I missed out on as far as school, you know, going to the social things. I think one of the things I missed out on that I'm very grateful for was peer pressure, and I was really able to do my own thing, and I had no pressures that way. So I pretty much became what I wanted to become and to do the things that I wanted to do. Like I said, the social thing. But yet I've gained so much. I've traveled around the world 7, 8 times and met with people and had experiences that you normally read about, you know. And so I feel very blessed and very fortunate. You can't have everything, but I have a great family. I think because of it, we've become closer. I don't know, there are lots of pros, there are lots of cons. I'd never look back and say I wish.
So you feel the advantages of all the things that you've had through the incredible life that you've had far outweighs any things you might have missed.
And to have the, you know, the excitement of doing things on my own now, the kind of the separation between Donnie and Marie, and
right.
And he's going to New York and doing his thing now in plays, and starting the show. It's a whole exciting thing. I feel like my life is just starting now, and
well, you've done
so
a lifetime's worth for any other person, and if it's just starting, you're going to have 2 or 3 lifetimes before it's over. Once again, watch for Marie Osmond's special in series coming up on NBC. Ladies and gentlemen, Marie Osmond.